Dang, like who is he? Another Saturday, man. I'm telling you, man, these weeks going by fast as hell, man. For real. But what's the deal, man? What's the deal? I'll get some of this, man. Change your life. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait like one more minute, then we're gonna get started. But I do want to say this though. I appreciate anybody that did this week's homework because it was a little personal, you know what I'm saying? Like this week homework was like, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to see why people was trading in the first place. Because if y'all was doing this for money, like most of y'all probably gonna quit anyway. Like most people that trade and they do it for money, they're gonna quit, bro. Like that's just what it is. What's going on, bro? I'm doing good. Saturday is actually sunny today, so I'm good. But yeah, I could really relate to a lot of y'all reason on why y'all trading, like family. Y'all just trying to help out y'all family, breaking that generational curse that we all damn near got lied to, and you know what I'm saying? The school scam and just all the bullshit that life thrown at everybody. But all right, so let's get into it. So the homework, I read through it. I felt everybody got their own purpose why they doing this. So we just gonna get into it. So this week, I didn't want to answer no questions. Like I had something new. Well, today is not really nothing new, but it's something that you can add on to supply and demand. So I hope whoever watching this, I hope y'all caught up on the webinars because I don't want to confuse anybody. So if you're not caught up, that's tough. And I'm not going over like stuff that we've been talking about. So let me so we can get the whole screen. Okay, so y'all know how we enter off the break of the candle, right? Like we enter the break of the candle. Now, let's apply this to the daily chart, but we're not entering off the daily chart. Basically, this webinar is going to be about how we can use daily highs and daily lows for direction, reversals, and to see where they're doing liquidity grabs at on the daily chart. So I'm going to put this on here. Now, if you don't have this indicator, it's called yesterday's open, high, low, and close. You can just get that on TradingView or any indicator. It doesn't matter. But basically, this indicator right here, it just shows you the high and low of yesterday. So this green line right here is yesterday's high, and this red line is yesterday's low. Now, how is this important? Basically, if we're above yesterday's high, most likely is going to continue up. Okay, it's not going to reverse unless it's playing around and it wants to reverse. But if you see a demand and you're above yesterday's daily high, most likely is going to continue in that direction. I hope I'm not losing nobody because it's the same thing when we enter our trade as far as the break of the candle. If the daily candle is breaking above, which is that yellow, which is that green line, it's the same thing far as us taking our entry off the 5 minute. So if it's breaking the daily high of yesterday, most likely it wants to continue in that direction. Same thing far as the sell. If we at the low of, we're below yesterday's low, most likely it wants to continue breaking lower. You know what I'm saying? So you might see demand above yesterday's high, and you might see supply below yesterday's low. I'm gonna go do some setups so I won't confuse nobody. But basically, we're just like, if just think about this. I don't want to confuse anybody. Just think about this. If a daily candle is breaking yesterday's high, what is it doing? It's going up. So if I see a demand on a 5 minute, I'm probably going to want to take that or some type of buy setup. So right here, we have, this is US 30. I don't trade US 30, but y'all know who trade US 30. Okay, so right here, we're above the daily of yesterday. If I see a demand right here, which is a clear demand right here, it tapped into it and took off. Now, would I take a sell right here? No. We're obviously breaking structure, but the fact that we're trading above yesterday's high is just saying so much. So let me go. I got so many subs I want to show y'all. Which one I want to do? Yeah, we just gonna stay on US 30. Then I'm just gonna go through GU and then EU. And then after this, then I can just answer all questions. So please, you know what I'm saying? Because I know this might be like, what is it? Is this some new stuff? This is not nothing new. We still trading supply and demand, key levels, same stuff. But just pay attention to the highs and lows of yesterday. So let me find, okay, so this is US 30. Okay, so right here. Now remember, the red line is yesterday's low. So don't get confused. Like, okay, you sure? Like this is yesterday's low. So right here, we're breaking yesterday's low. Now remember, think about the daily chart. The candle is breaking the previous candle on the daily chart. So if it's breaking the previous candle, it's pushing down. It's pushing down. So I will want to see some type of supply underneath or maybe somewhat close to that red line. Underneath it or close to it. I don't want to see a supply above it. Can you show the daily chart? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show it. I don't want to just, you feel me? But matter of fact, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I just don't want to just be all over the place. But I'm gonna show it. Let me go to the daily chart. Take out this indicator right here. Okay. All right, so right here, you see the red candle. We're only looking at the candle. This is the candle right here. This candle right here. If we're trading below that wick, what is that indicating? We're pushing down on the daily chart. This is just one candle. But if I see a supply up in this area, that's more confluence with the daily chart because we're already pushing down on the daily chart because we're below the previous candle. Just like we enter off the break of the candle, it's the same thing as far as the daily, but we're looking at the daily low to see, okay, do I see a supply? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? Because it could be a reverse too. It just depends on, did they already grab liquidity? But yeah, this is the daily chart right here. So let's go back to the 5 minute. And let's put this back on. So, all right, so we on the red line. The red line is the low, which was the previous candle low, that wick. I see a supply right here. I'm taking that. I'm taking this. We're already breaking. I got so many examples I'm gonna show you, but this is a supply that's below yesterday's daily low. Let me say that again. This is a supply that's below yesterday's low. You get what I'm saying? And then you can see like it's breaking more structure to the downside. Let me see. I got some more examples, but it's gonna make sense because I got like 10 of them. Because I know this is gonna be like, okay, you sure? Like, you feel me? Let me go to it. Okay, so right here, this line, we're above. Was about to say whatever. Yes, it can be reversals too. I got the same. I got examples for reversals too. Yep. Okay, so right here. Now, y'all know like when we get a demand and it with the bottom of the box, it becomes invalid. But look how it respected this level with the daily high, yesterday's daily high right there lined up with it. So let me stretch this out so y'all can see it. So that green line is yesterday's high. This is a support setup that's literally lining up perfectly with yesterday's high. I was just looking at the trade I lost as I'm looking. I took a sell on a 5 minute when the daily was breaking the previous low. I could avoid so many losses with this. Facts. Once you see that, okay, now this is another thing. I'm gonna get to this too. If you are in between yesterday's daily candle high and low. So say let's go back to the daily. Let's go back to the daily real quick. And let's take this off. Say if you, let me see, good candle. Okay, right here, this candle. Pay attention to this candle right here. Now, what type of day do you think this is? Do you think this is a momentum type of day? Do you think this is a consolidation day? Do you think this is a reversal type of day? Just that candle right there. This candle right here. I promise you, this candle right here had no volume. I mean, we can clearly see that, but it was never below the previous candle or above the previous candle. It's in the middle of it. So most of the time when you see that you're not breaking yesterday's low or high and we're just trading in the middle, most likely it's going to be consolidation. I hope somebody writing this down. If you look at yesterday's high and low, if we're trading in the middle of it, where we're not pushing up or we're not pushing down, we're inside of that candle. Because basically, like, this would be the high and this would be the low. That's how the lines will look. Let me take this off. Okay, so really think about them lines, them little green and red lines. If you're trading in the middle, we're not pushing down or we're not pushing up. We're just in the middle. Most likely it's going to be consolidation. You can back test this stuff like after this webinar, you can back test it and see it for yourself. But when you're trading in the middle, most likely it's going to be consolidation. When you're trading below yesterday's daily, you're pushing down. We should be seeing some type of supply, or it could be a reversal depending on if this wick, if this come down like this, if it do something like this, it can do that. It can do like a little fake out, and that could be a reversal, so we can catch the buy. All right, so let me get back to this because I feel like I'm getting off topic, but this is some good stuff, like no cap. So let me, where was I at? Okay, so we was on a 5 minute. Okay. I'm not that one. Okay. So yeah, this setup right here, we was trading below yesterday's low and it threw a supply setup. I'm gonna be confident to take this supply right here. Okay, I don't know how many setups I have, but yes, this one lined up perfectly with the daily high. This was a regular support setup, and you can see that green line is literally right there with Confluence. Boom, we taking that reversal right there. Like it's a support setup mixed with that little daily high right there. I'm taking that for sure. Okay. Just when you thought could make something better, yeah, no, facts. Supply and demand, that's bread and butter. But once you see, okay, am I above yesterday's high or am I below yesterday's low? Then you can see like, okay, it's moving in momentum on the daily. The candle is pushing down. I should be looking for sales. I think that's it for as US 30. I got so many setups on GU. It's ridiculous. Okay, here you go one right here. Here go one right here. Now look at London. London is up in here. I just put like a line or something right here. London is up in here. That's the low right here. Where is the arrow? This is the low from yesterday. That's why they put that red line right there. Once they took out that low, they kept going. Now we get into New York. New York already is dropping. And what do they give us? They give us a supply setup because we're pushing down on the daily. We're already below yesterday's low. So what is the market going to do? The indicator is yesterday's open, high, low, and close. Yep. What if price action is in the middle? I just answered that, bro. I just answered that. If it's in the middle, most likely it's going to consolidate. Now, is it going to always do that? No. But be wary, okay, yesterday high didn't get taken out or yesterday's low didn't get taken out. So we're not moving with no volume on the daily chart. You get what I'm saying? I hope that's making sense. Facts. This will improve your discipline. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to force setups. You don't have to, okay, like, is this a momentum type of day? Are we already below yesterday's low? Because if we're not, then it's like, okay, we're not pushing on the daily. You get what I'm saying? So if we're in the middle and we're still inside of yesterday's candle, high and low, we're not really moving like that. We're not moving enough. So we can kind of gauge it like, okay, we're moving in momentum or not. But right here, this is New York right here on US 30. And it gave us a supply setup. And we're below yesterday's low. That's extra Confluence. Like, okay, we're pushing down. I mean, you can put the indicator on as far as like 50 SMA or whatever you're using. But this is definitely something that you want to look at. I'm not saying we just trading breakouts, nothing. No, we're just seeing, okay, where are we at when we're taking our 5-minute or 15-minute setups? Are we above it or below it? Or are we in the middle? That's all we're looking at. If the daily chart is in the middle, we just go off of price action. Correct. If you're in the middle, you can, it can be consolidation. It may be in a range. You may see supply or demand in the middle. So it's like, we don't really have no concrete evidence if it want to go up or down. We're just trading what we see. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this is making sense. Let's go to GU. I got so many examples on GU. It's ridiculous. Let's get to it. Okay, right here. This is perfect. So y'all know pound pairs be moving really, really good in London. But look what happened immediately as soon as they broke yesterday's daily low. Remember that this line is from yesterday. So this is yesterday's low. So what do they give us? They broke structure right here, broke structure, came back, gave us a supply setup right here, and it's right there by the line. And we're still under yesterday's low. What does that mean? That means the candle is breaking yesterday's low on the daily. That's what I'm saying. So this is like, you can use these daily highs and daily lows as far as targets, reversals, and just confluence to get the direction right. Because I mean, yes, it's breaking structure, but what if it want to push up? Then it's like, damn. But since we're already below it, that's just helping the setups. In these setups, would you have a bigger stop loss? I mean, this is, you talking about for like this setup right here? I mean, this is just like a regular. I mean, if you want to have a bigger stop loss, again, when you want to place your stop loss, if you want to have it above the zone, above candles, it's just up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's the same stuff. You want to have above candles or above the zone, or if you want to have it above the SMA. It just depends on what you want. But yeah, so this is supply setup right underneath yesterday's daily low. Okay. I'm just gonna go to every setup because every setup is gonna be different. Okay, now look at this setup. This is the same thing that I've just been talking about. This is a supply setup, but look where the daily low is at. Yesterday's daily low. So look, it's literally telling you it's moving in momentum. Like, look at that line. This line is yesterday's candle low. London was already below it. In New York we're way below it. That means this candle right here, that means this whole day, if you look at from right here, from the top, from the high of the day of the low of the day, that means that candle was extremely large. That means it's moving in momentum. But the thing is, it closed right here. It closed right here. So that means the daily have a little wick. It came down, then closed up there at the end of the day. It left a little wick. But just the fact that we're already pushing lower on the daily, we need to be looking for sales. It's just that simple. We need to be looking for sales. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they go a supply setup that we could have took, or we could have took that setup. I think some of y'all took this setup actually, but this would have gave me confidence to hold because we're already below yesterday's low. So let's go through some more setups. I want to get to some setups where it's a reversal because you're going to see why they're doing what they're doing. Okay, so right here, this is perfect. This is perfect. What day is this? February 23rd. Yeah, okay. No. Yeah, okay. So right here, now look what they did before they got to New York, because you're going to see why they be doing like little bullshit all the time. So this right here, they grab liquidity right here. Yesterday's high was literally right here. This is yesterday's high. That's why they put that green line right there. So what do? They immediately blast up there and stop people out. Whoever sold right there or anything, somebody had their stop loss, anything. They blast it up, and then what do? They start breaking structure, breaking lows, breaking lows, breaking lows, breaking lows. Now we already got the highs, and now we're dropping. Now, what does that look like on the daily? That means it's a wick. That means a wick went above yesterday's high and then reversed. Now, what is that? If anybody got the course, that's a smart money candle. I hope that's making sense. That's a smart money candle. The candle is wicking above, then reversing. That's kind of like a liquidity grab or a reversal, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I hope this is making sense, because I really hope this is making sense. Stopping motherfuckers out and going the other way. Yes, getting those stops above highs and then moving down. Exactly. So you see how they just went up, stop people out, breaking structures to the downside. Now what we seeing? We seeing supply. Now this is the opposite. We're still in the candle though. We're not taking supplies underneath the lows. I mean, not underneath the lows, but underneath yesterday's low. We're still inside yesterday's candle. We're not at the lows yet. But this is just a liquidity grab happening on the daily chart. They're faking people out to go the other way. And that's literally what it did. Let me take this up. So this supply setup right here, this is a supply setup. And it's literally right there at that green line. But you see what they did after that. They immediately reversed and they closed down here, stopping out these traders over here. You know what I'm saying? So this was liquidity as well. Let me put this cash money sign right here. This was liquidity just sitting right there. What do? Take out the highs and take out the lows in the same day. In the same day, they took out the highs and the lows. And I know that's kind of like extreme once you put these lines on it and you see it, because these lines is going to be on there, even though price may be, where is the replay mode? These lines is still going to be there. This is how the line is going to look if you trade this in New York session and you see this, you're going to be like, okay, this could be a target. This can be a long-term take profit. You know what I'm saying? So you can use these for take profits too. But I just wanted to show you, like, they're going to do like fake out moves around these areas and then reverse too. Okay. Let me go to the next setup. I hope this is making sense to y'all. For the people that's new, you're going to have to watch all the webinars for sure, because you kind of going to be a little confused. Like, what you mean by the daily candle and all of that? You know what I'm saying? But all right, so let's get to the next setup. Okay, so right here. Now, this is not a setup, but look what they did though. Like, just imagine we was trading this in the morning, New York session, boom, we trading it, and then they do this and they reverse. That wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wouldn't even make sense. But look what they did though. They dipped lower. Yesterday's low. Yesterday's low is literally right here. Boom. What do? Stop them traders out, go the other way. But the line is letting you know where they want to do that at. You get what I'm saying? That's why I would advise anybody to just look at this. Like, look at the lines that they're showing on this little indicator. As far as the settings, if you want the settings, I took off yesterday's open and yesterday's close. I don't really care too much for that. I want to see where they're basically stopping out traders and reversing, which is the highs and lows of yesterday. So yeah, this is the setting. I mean, I'll just take this off. You don't really need that. But yeah, it just clear as day. Like, they did that on purpose and they never came back. They just kept going up. Let's go to, okay, here go another one. Now, this trade right here, I actually called this out to the group, and look what's happening. Look what you have the paid for trading view for those settings. For the indicator settings, no. I mean, this is a paid version, but the indicator settings, you can just, you feel me? You can just change the settings however you want it. But okay, so now look what happens at that red line. Like, it's literally wicking. This is a support setup. Boom, we're taking this buy. I mean, I called it out and I got in a little bit late right here. But look at how this is like a magnet, and they're grabbing liquidity, then going the other way. Oh my goodness, I do this like every time. They're grabbing liquidity and going the other way. But look what they did. They stop out traders both ways. They stop out the lows and they took out the highs. They're doing that on purpose. Like, people are like, okay, why is they going all the way up here? No, they're going up there to take out yesterday's high and yesterday's low. So they get the lows and then they grab the highs. That's why they went up and went all the way up there to that green line. So that's why I said, like, these highs and lows can be targets. The one-to-one's cool, you know what I'm saying? But pay attention to yesterday's highs and lows. It's going to be really important. So yeah, that was a reversal type of setup. You see how you in the middle. You see how, like, we're not trading below it or we're not trading above the green line. We're just in the middle. So it's either way, you know what I'm saying? It's either way. You can supply setup, support, resistance, demand, whatever. Okay. See, I know I got some more. Okay, here go one right here. Now, what are we doing? We're trading above the daily high. We're trading above the daily high. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, take only buy setups, but if you see a buy setup and we're already trading above yesterday's high, take this buy setup, whether it's demand, whether it's support, whether it's a liquidity grab, far as a buy, take it, because we're already floating above yesterday's high. That's why I said, like, when you pay attention to or where you're at when you place your trade, that's just super important. I'm taking buys and we're already above yesterday's high. What does that mean? That means we're pushing up regardless. You know what I'm saying? We're pushing up regardless. Let me see. I know I got some more. Okay, right here. What are we doing? We're trading above yesterday's high. Now, what we see, I see a demand setup right here. Boom. Take that buy, dub, instant dub. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, when we're trading above yesterday's high or even yesterday's low, pay attention to what setup is being presented and where is the lines at. Okay, because some days the lines are going to be so far from where your entry is at, is like, we don't really know if it's going to be successful or not, basically. So basically, like, the line would be the high of yesterday be like up here, and then the low of yesterday be like right here, and we're like up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're up in here. We can't really work with nothing. You feel what I'm saying? We can't really work with nothing. So it just trade what you see or don't trade at all. You know what I'm saying? Okay, right here. Okay, now look what they did again. Now that's why I said pay attention to these lines right here. What do? Go back to that red line, take off, dip lower than yesterday's low, reverse, and then go back up. You feel what I'm saying? So, and then this is another thing. Say if you see this happen at this very moment, up in here, I have a buy bias. Why do I have a buy bias? Because just off of this information right here, I have a buy bias. I'm like, okay, I'm looking for buys because we already took out the lows from yesterday, and we already was pushing down so much. We got gaps to fill. Let's not forget about the gaps. We got gaps to fill over here, and we just grabbed liquidity from yesterday's low. I got a buy bias up in this area right here. Up in that area right here, I'm looking for buys. I'm not really looking for sales like that. I mean, if I see a sale, okay, but I'm really trying to mirror this gap over here, and I'm trying to, and it just grab that liquidity right there. That GU buy off that low, got my challenge pass. Facts. Yup, good shit. Yup. Let me see. I know I got some more. Anybody got any questions though? This is not nothing new. This is just something that you can just use to pay attention as far as direction and reversals. That's it. Anybody got any questions? Everybody good? If it's wicking under the daily high, will you look for sales? Yes, but I gotta see my setup. At the end of the day, I gotta see my setup. Okay, so what was that Wednesday? Y'all remember Wednesday EU threw a beautiful setup. Look at where the setup was presented at. It was presented right here, 50 SMA. So look where this was presented at. We're above yesterday's high, and this was literally the cleanest demand on a Wednesday, which is crazy because I would have took this shit, but I mean, it is what it is. But that's just extra confluence to take this trade. We above yesterday's high. We got a demand. Take the trade. It's just that simple. To see the session like London and New York, that's the trading view you pay. You have to pay for. No. You talking about to see the session? This is just an indicator called Patty Trading Sessions. That's just the indicator. That's it. That's free. Everything is free. Yeah, you can use it 13 SMA. But I know I got some more examples of, or did I run through them? I might have run through them. Let me see. Okay, we got one right here. Okay, now look what they did. EU. Let me do replay mode. So at this very moment right here, I'm pretty sure that was news, but we got a high and a low that have not been tapped into. Who was the yesterday's daily low? Okay, I'm gonna go to it. This was the yesterday's daily high and low indicator. Yeah, with the free indicator, you can do 3. Yep. You said through Telegram. I don't have Telegram, so I hope that's not no fake account or no scam. But yeah. So if you're looking at this, we're in between yesterday's candle because we haven't touched. If you look, if you zoom out, you haven't touched yesterday's high and you haven't touched yesterday's low. What do they do with that candle? Take out the buyers. They took out the buyers. Anybody that had a stop loss underneath right here, they took them out. That candle was extreme. We know this was news. This is extreme. They start consolidating on the red line. This is a support setup right here. This is a support setup. Oh yeah, no problem. You said Telegram, bro. I'm like, bro, if that's Telegram, it's over with. You getting scammed, bro. But okay. So yeah. So okay, so this is support setup. So we already took out the lows and we have a gap right here. I would take this trade. This is support setup. We have a gap and we took out the lows. It took out the lows and then went to go get the highs. They're doing this stuff on purpose. Like they're literally doing this stuff on purpose. Okay, people that sold, we're going to let y'all win a little bit. And then people that bought over here, we're going to take y'all out and then go the other way. And then they're going to take these traders out too. They're going to take out everybody. And then that was it. So anybody got any questions though? Oh, here go. Last setup, and then I'm taking questions. Last setup. Where are we? We are above yesterday's high. The candle is super bullish. What are we looking for? We're looking for buy setups, support setups, demand setups, because we're floating above yesterday's high. What we see, I see two demands right here. Here go a demand right here. That tap, that was a win. And then here go another one. Back-to-back wins, just because we know for a fact that the daily candle is pushing up. Okay. So I'm taking questions now. For anybody that's confused, or if you're new, you gotta catch up with the webinars. It's like, I don't know, like 8 of them, or I don't know. But that's what I wanted to talk about today, was that using the daily, yesterday's daily high and low to spot reversals, liquidity grabs, and get a sense of where the direction wants to go as far as taking your lower time frame setup. We're still looking at the 4 hour to 1 hour as far as demand, but look at where we at when we're taking the 5 minute setup. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm not losing any of y'all. I really hope I'm not. Would you take a demand setup if a price action is way below the previous day low? Only I would do that only if it's a higher time frame demand. You feel what I'm saying? So if I'm taking a demand and under yesterday's low, if I'm taking a demand under yesterday's low, I need that to be at a higher time frame demand. That's the only way. Let me look at NAS. I really don't even know. Let me see on Tuesday. Okay, look. Okay, this is the perfect example right here. This is perfect. This trade right here was the trade that exploded. But look at where we're at though. Now, this is a demand on the 4 hour, but you can't see that on the 5 minute. But we're still below yesterday's low. So that's why I said I will only take these type of moves if it's a 4 hour or 1 hour type of setup. This is a 5 minute trade. I mean, no, this is not a 5 minute trade. This is a 4 hour trade. But the higher time frames is going to overpower the daily lows and daily highs. You know what I'm saying? So this is the only time I would like try to take a demand underneath yesterday's low. This is a perfect example right here. Like this is literally perfect. I'm not gonna lie. This is perfect. You know, trading with the trend, the bigger picture. Yeah, for sure. Yep. And then look at this. What we have right here. We're still trading below yesterday's low, and then they give us a supply setup. Boom, wicket right there, take the sell. We're already below yesterday's low. That's a dub, and it's dropping because we're already underneath yesterday's low as far as that candle. Let me go on the dailies, see what it's really looking like. Take all this stuff off. Let's go on the daily. Now remember, this is where the trade is being placed at. The trade, as far as that supply, is being placed somewhere up in here, and we're pushing down. That's why I said like the daily highs and daily lows is going to be like, this is something that you should definitely pay attention to. And we're taking a supply up in here. That's increasing the chance of us winning. Now, if we take a supply and we're inside of yesterday's candle up in here, not saying we can't win, but your chances increase when you're taking supplies up in here, for sure. How long does the candle have to be floating before we consider taking the setup above or below? I mean, that's subjective for how long. I mean, if I see a demand above yesterday's high, I'm taking it. Like, I'm not even, you feel me? Like, I'm taking it. I'm not gonna be like, okay, well, I need it to be floating around 4 hours. Like, nah, just take the setup. Like, take the setup. GU, it tapped into demand zone. Would you take it? Okay, GU on, said March 9th. Let me see. Let me get to it. March 9th. GU March 9th. Yes, anywhere up in here, I'm taking demands. Up in here. So, okay, right here, perfectly. Now, this is a little bit after 12 o'clock, but you see what happened. A demand, boom, tap into it. Duh. Because remember, the daily chart is pushing up. We're trading above it. So we got a 5-minute demand, and we got the daily candle pushing up because we're already floating above it. Let me see what that candle look like. On the daily. Take this stuff off. This stuff can get ugly. Okay, now look at where we at. The demand happened, which is crazy, right here. Demand happened from right here to right here. Those two lines, a 5-minute demand happened in between that. Right up in there. So just like how we enter the trade off of the break of the candle, it's the same thing far as the daily. When we trade the break of the candle, we're anticipating it to continue up. You know what I'm saying? Like we're thinking like, okay, if it's breaking the candle, it should continue up. Just like a regular 5-minute trade, I'm trying to apply that to the daily chart. You know what I'm saying? Yep. This webinar definitely going to make trades more simple. Yeah. Like once you see a supply and you're above yesterday's low, let's just take it. Like we don't know if it's going to be a win or a loss, but it just increases the chances of us winning. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was a good example though, for sure. Yeah, I'm taking that demand for sure. Anybody got any questions? Like you could just put the indicator on, you can back test this yourself and just see, okay, what type of setup do I see when it's in the middle? Matter of fact, let me see if I can see a setup. Take this off. I always do this every time. Okay, now stuff like this. Now look at this. No volume, nothing is going on. I mean, you feel me? This is ugly. This is like a range, but it's ranging off of the low of yesterday. So this is really like a little small doji on the daily candle. I just won't know what to do when the 5 minutes in the middle of it. Yes, exactly. If it's in the middle, be very careful. You know what I'm saying? Be very careful. We're not pushing in momentum. We're not, you feel me? We're not doing anything. So this is like a ranging market. Like we're not really, we're kind of low below it, but we're not really doing much. January, February was terrible. I was looking forward to back testing this during the period because this would have helped like crazy. Facts. I just want to, okay. So the first setup after the high and low we see would be high probability. Hold on, you said the first setup after the high and low we see would be high probability. I'm not understanding that question. So first setup after the high or the low. Okay. Okay, I lost on Monday. On Monday, I took a buy. What is this? Okay. Look at this. So I took a buy. Remember, I took a demand. I took a demand right here. I took a demand and it wigged me out, went up, then started dropping. Now, if you're applying this, would you take a buy right here? No, you probably wouldn't take a buy right here if you got these lines on, if you're and you're trading exactly what I'm talking about today. You probably wouldn't take this trade. The first setup after the high and low of the daily is broken would be higher probability. Bro, I'm not okay. The first setup. What do you mean by the first setup? What setup? Which setup? I don't show like 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? First setup after the high and low is broken. You're saying the first demand setup above the daily high would be, yeah. I mean, no. Whatever you see, it's not the first setup or the second setup. No, it's not. No, whatever appears, what the market is giving you, it may give you 2 back-to-back demands. You get what I'm saying? It may give you three demands, a support setup. It just depends on what they give you. Either way it go. I mean, the high probability setups are the supply and demand with the gaps, but It doesn't mean it got to be the first one that appears. No, it just depends on which one is that's happening at that time when you come to the market. You know what I'm saying? Because you like London may give a setup way before New York, and you be like, okay, it's like 2-3 supplies that's sitting up there, and we're still hanging below yesterday's low. I still see a supply that's happening right now in New York. You feel what I'm saying? Like, are you not going to take it because it's not the first one? I'm taking that. And exactly, it depends on market structure too. So like, it's not about, okay, which one is the first one that's occurring. No, it's no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Like right here. Okay, so just like you said, the first supply that happens once it crosses. This would be the first supply. But do we have some more? No, we don't get no more. No, we don't get no more after that. But for this example, this would probably be the only one that you would take far as London, and then it'll just run all day. It'll literally run all day. I want to find something that's reversal. Okay, so like stuff like this. This is a support setup right here. This is a support setup, but look at what they did previously. Like you have to pay attention to what they just did previously. Previously, they just stopped out yesterday's high, and now what they're doing, they're dropping and they're breaking structure. So taking a sell would be kind of like ideal in this situation because we already took yesterday's high and we pushed up so much from yesterday. Same thing far as this day. What do? Stop out the lows to go the other way. And now we're going up. And they did the same thing right here. Went the other way. Now we're going down. So, well, not the first, but if demand setups were to appear above the daily high, you would take it. Yeah. If demand setup appear above the daily high, I'm taking it. A head and shoulders would be money. Oh yeah, for sure. I see like a head and shoulders like right here. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so like I said, like we're still trading the same, nothing different, nothing new, but pay attention to the highs and lows of yesterday. So you can see, okay, should I be taking this demand or should I be taking a reversal? You know what I'm saying? So we can be going with the trend of the daily because the daily candle is moving to 5 minute. You know what I'm saying? So if we're already in momentum on the daily pushing down, I want to go in the momentum of the daily candle. You know what I'm saying? And then what do? They do the exact same thing right here. Stop out the high, went reverse. they literally just did like 3 times. Hold on. Are y'all seeing this? Take out the highs, take out the lows. Take out the lows, didn't take out the highs. Take out the highs, and now we're dropping. They're literally like they're reversing. As soon as New York come, they're reversing. Highs, lows, highs, lows. Like, hope this is making sense. I hope it's making sense. But yeah, that's all I got. Any questions? I'm taking questions for the next 18 minutes. I'm just taking all questions. Oh, no. I do want to say this. People have been asking me, okay, if demand get tapped multiple times, can I trade it? Yes, you can. Understand that second and third tap may decrease the chance of it's taking off. Okay, but understand what type of setup it is. Is it a higher time frame setup? Did you scale down? Is it a 5-minute setup? Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand what type of setup that is. Because if it's a higher time frame setup, it may play around before it take off. It's not going to just be like how a 5-minute may just tap into your demand and then reverse. It's not going to always be like that. But if it taps multiple times, you can trade that. But understand that you may have to widen your little stop loss a little bit because you don't know if it's going to, you don't really know because it gave us our first trigger and then it came back. So you get what I'm saying? So the second and third time you can take those trades, but understand it's decreasing the chance of it being a winner. But again, understand what setup this is. If it have confluence on a higher time frame, it may fluctuate before it takes off. Okay. That's what I asked you today on IG. Oh, you did? I got so many DMs. I gotta, you feel me? I ain't even know you did. I answered it. Okay, cool. Can you show the indicator settings one more time? Okay. This is the settings. I just got the green far as above yesterday's high and the red far as low. All right. So I'm guessing nobody got no questions. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got no questions. How do you get the Doyle MA? I mean, just go on. I think you could just type in Doyle. Yeah, right. I think you just type in Doyle, and then it's gonna be right there. Doyle SMA EMA. Somebody made me an indicator like 2 years ago. Yeah. Just had my first Magic Keys trade yesterday and won. I'm trying to tell you, man. Y'all better get Magic Keys. People that be blowing their account. No, bro, we're not blowing no more accounts, man. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're just not doing that. How y'all week go, man? This week was a little weird. I gotta see if I can get my Magic Keys in Europe. Are you in Europe? Oh, that's tough. I think Magic Keys is originated from Canada. I think Wix Don't Lie is from Canada, so they should be able to send it to Europe. Break even week was rough. Romania actually with the war and stuff. It was straight for real, nothing too big. Do you ever use the CC? So the CC is just color change. It's the same thing. I use the CC sometimes, and sometimes I just use my indicator, even though it's just a moving average. You know what I'm saying? So it really don't even matter. Get the on screen Magic Keys. Yeah, I mean a lot. I mean I don't really like that though because that's risky, man. That's risky, man. That's risky. Love how you just finding more confluences to be able to. And so, yeah, no facts. I'm still trading the same. Just pay attention to the highs and lows. That's it. Highs and lows. And we're still looking at the higher time frame far as supply and demand, et cetera, and then scaling down. Same thing. Doing the same stuff. Nobody got no questions. I be getting a million questions during the week, especially when, man, I be getting a million questions when it's time to trade. Why nobody asking questions right now? The questions be coming when it's time to trade. It be crazy. Oh yeah, no, we still doing that Monday. I gotta take some money on my account and create a whole new small account so I can do this little flip challenge. Hopefully I don't blow it, but we gonna see though. It's gonna be fun to try to flip this to 1,000. But yeah, I gotta do that today. Make me a whole new little challenge account and stuff. But yeah, I be getting messages while it's time to trade. And I be like, bro, but with webinars, no questions. So I'll be like, all right. It'd be crazy if I try to take this trade. I'd be like, bro, like you don't know what you're doing. Like you should know what you're doing. You know what you be doing. New here. When do you talk about the homework? Okay, so yeah, so next week it's gonna be some real homework. This week I just wanted to not be nothing serious. I just wanted to hear people's opinion on why they trading. Because if you, like I said, if you here for money, you're done. You're gonna quit in probably the next 6 months. Probably gonna quit. So I just want to see what people mindset was at far as like why you're doing this. But yeah, next week, no, you definitely gonna get some homework next week though. Honestly, what is anybody having a hard time with as far as like, speaking of tapping demand multiple times, sometimes I'll take the trade on the 5 minute that ends up retesting, breaking to the low. So you saying when you take the trade for a second time, it end up being a loser, correct? That's why I said it decreases the chances of it winning. I don't like taking it for a second time. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like taking it that second tap or third tap. I don't really like that. That's why I was so irritated with GU on Friday because that was supposed to drop. It had liquidity at the bottom. It was gapped. It was supposed to drop, but it wanted to come back and then drop. So like that second re-entry, I was like a little iffy about it. I'm like, man, I don't really like the second taps and the third taps. I'm expecting that first one to go, but yeah, when it tap multiple times, understand it comes with a risk, bro. Like it may just disrespect that whole zone. Yo, Doyle, what books you recommend that have helped you in your journey, not trade related? The Power of Now, the Four Agreements. I'll post that on my story today. Four Agreements. I mean, I like reading more of like wisdom type of books. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I read the 48 Laws of Power. I read it's so many like mindset type of books. Let me see. Would you take a demand on a pair that's been uptrending for a while, like how GJ was? Let's see what UJ. Let me see what UJ on. But yeah, I read books that just get my mindset right, as far as me just like tackling my goals and stuff. That's really what I like. Think Like a Monk. Oh, I never heard of that. Those books are litty, no facts. Okay, you say let me see. Okay, this is a clear support setup. Like this is as clear as day. I'm like support, boom. And where are we at? Where are we at? Are we above yesterday's? Boom, that's a dub. Hey man, I might have to look at UJ, bro. What the shit is on gas, bro. The hell, bro. The deal with bum ass GU. I noticed while back testing, when they retest the zone, the second and third could be a breakout, but it's not always, which makes it risky. Facts. Meditation helps me. Yeah. Oh yeah. People ain't into meditate. I still meditate to this day. I be having to. I be doing too much. When you enter a supply and demand zone, do you put your stop loss underneath the last candle or underneath the zone? I put it underneath the candle. I want the tightest stop loss, but that come with a risk. Like how Friday, I accepted that risk. Like, damn, okay, let me get back in. I come with a risk. Now, people that had they stop loss a little bit above GU, they didn't lose at all. They just collected that whole dub. It was just a whole dub, no loss. I lost, then I won. So, like I said, it depends on what are you comfortable with. Do you want a bigger stop loss? Do you want a tighter one? It just depends on what you want. Do you have a document list of your trading plan, the rules? I have a whole trading plan on the announcements. That's my trading plan. On the announcements tab, you can just check that out. But let me look at DJ though, because DJ, y'all talking some of this shit been on gas, bro. Look at that. This is a real-time support right here. And it's bouncing off of the green line. That's a buy. That's a dub. I'm looking at the green line. We got support being created literally right there. I'm taking that buy. Now, it'd be tough for me to like call out a trade like this because it's happening so fast. So like when I do like the $10 to 1,000, most of those trades I'm not gonna be calling out because I'm just trying to like, you feel me? It's gonna be hard for me to trade my real account, trade the $10 to 1,000 and call out the signal. So it's gonna be tough. But like this trade right here, I'm taking that. It's gonna be easy to just boom. That's a buy, boom, take that look, and then just be done for the day. But like these setups be happening so fast on a 5 minute, it'd be ridiculous. I do. All right, nobody got no questions, man. Things I hate is when you have a solid stop loss, but it goes in your direction and engulfs against you. But there was some that had a tight stop loss that got 101 and they were done. Facts, man. The market is, man. That's why I keep telling people we don't know what the market is about to do. We're just trading our rules, we're trading our plan, and we're sticking to it, man. You like, okay, do I have a tighter stop loss in this situation, or do I widen it up? That's why I just stick to my stop loss being tight every single time. I'm accepting that risk. I'm accepting it. This is ugly. Hold on. But so nobody, matter of fact, y'all y'all don't got no questions. No questions at all. I appreciate you for real. I started like 2 months ago and I profit more than these 2 months and I have the past 2 years. Wow, you've been trading for 2 years? Yeah, you getting your stripes, man. I appreciate that for joining a group or whatever. How's the Miami move? Man, okay. The Miami move have been probably the most stressful shit I've ever come across. I've never moved states, so I don't really know how this stuff go. I mean, I've flew places, but moving, like finding movers, shipping cars, like it's a whole process that is stressful. And I still haven't found a place because the places that I wanted, they're gone. So it's just stressful as hell. I'm not gonna lie. You still thinking about getting funded? Yeah, for sure. If so, what firm you looking at? Probably FTMO. I'm not really, I mean, my Forex funds is cool, but I'm just going with the more reputable people because that's just me per. That's just what I would want to do if I was trying to get funded. Yeah, Miami rent is crazy. Like minimum 3 bands a month. Minimum. I can't even find them that's 2,000. Is minimum 3,000 a month. So I moved from New York to Miami 6 years ago. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, you don't want to go back to the cold. You don't want to do that. Come to Georgia. Actually, a lot of people telling me, man, you should move to Atlanta. I don't know. I might get tired of Miami. I might get tired of it. I might not stay there. I might just be there for like a year or two and then because I'm gonna like after you live somewhere, it becomes normal. So like people be thinking Miami's a vacation, but if you be there, it's not vacation anymore. That's your life. So what about taxes to save some taxes? Yeah, I've been thinking about moving to Texas too, as far as saving taxes. Do not move to Atlanta. Oh, bro, why not, bro? Why not, bro? I'm about to mute you, bro. I'm about to unmute you, bro. Why don't move to Atlanta, bro?
It ain't nothing down there.
It ain't nothing down there, bro.
Really that, bro.
That's tough, bro.
But spend money and be bored, bro.
Everybody been saying, come to Atlanta, bro. It be lit, bro. I'm like, dang. You're gonna
get tired of it.
I appreciate that recommendation, my boy.
Hey, I'm just telling you, it's my city, it's where I'm from. I'm just letting you know.
Oh yeah, you did say you're from Atlanta.
That's why I can't go live back there. It's easy to, but you gotta go up.
No, I heard Atlanta kind of dangerous, man. Like people be thinking like that's like
that too.
Yeah, they be on some
part about it. That's how they ruined it.
They be trying to rob motherfuckers and shit. That's tough. You said recommend win percentage though. I mean, I'll say 1% a day. You just try to go for 1% a day. Hold on, you want to get unmuted, bro? Go ahead, bro. How Miami is? Let me unmute you.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I moved here from New York 6 years ago, and I found out there's a term called halfbacks. That's people that move from up north and don't like the heat, so they move halfway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They move to like Tennessee, Georgia, and they call halfbacks. And it's hot. It's hot. So yeah, it's just, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. You might like it for a while, but I'm ready to like.
You ready to leave?
Like some season. I'm ready for some seasons, yeah. And it is crazy expensive here. Crazy expensive.
Yeah, it is. So I mean, hey, that's what it comes with. If you want to live that lifestyle, man, you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay.
Yeah. So yeah. That's why this is helping. This is gonna help for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that, man. Sure.
Of course.
All right, man. If nobody got no questions, man, I guess I could just end this, man. What's next week's homework? I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. Again, because nobody be having no questions on the webinar, but as soon as we start trading in the week, it's a million questions. Okay, do this look good? Do it like, and it's just like, bro, this is the time. I mean, I don't mind answering questions, but then I got the Instagram. You feel me? This one was super helpful. Yeah, I hope like rewatch this. Like whoever was here, like rewatch this, because once you start seeing this happen in real time, you can be like, okay, I should take a reversal right here. Instead of taking a buy, I should take a sell, because they just stop out the highs to take out the lows. But again, still look at the higher time frame for sure. Don't just base everything off the daily highs and daily lows. Look at the higher time frames. We still doing the $10. Yeah, I'm about to create a live account and put $10 in and see what I can do with that. Yep. Now I ain't gonna lie, I'm still trading my regular large account, so I don't know if I'm going to. I mean, I don't know, because I want to record everything. Like I want to be like on everything, so I might do that separate from the trades that I take. I don't know. Even though if they're gonna be wins, I'm gonna be irritated because I could have been growing my account. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because it's just like I'm doing a lot, but I definitely want to record that on YouTube for sure. Do you take supply scalps off the 5 minute if the overall trend is bullish? No. If it's ranging, I'm considering supply and demand setup. But if it's bullish, I'm not considering no supply setups. Hell no. What the hell? That's counter trend. What kind of lots do you use with a $10? Shit. 0.01, 0.05. You gotta go small at the beginning. You gotta go small. Bro, I'm sure some of y'all gonna blow that. Whoever's starting this little challenge with everybody in the group, you're gonna blow that. Like facts. You gotta do super small. Like you can't be trying to, I need $1 a day. No, I'm doing pennies until I can get it to at least $50. Then I may risk a little bit more, but it's gonna take time though. It's gonna take time. And then definitely some over leveraging is gonna happen. Do you trade ranges? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I do. Super. Yeah. All right, man. It's the same thing next week. Same thing, man. Be patient. Apply. You can back test this and see for yourself if this is going to help you for our supply and demand setups. Look at the daily highs and daily lows and see for yourself if you want to use this or not. I'm going to use this. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to use this. No, I'm going to hit 10K before this year is over with. I know I am. I just need that ideal setup. That's what I need. I need an ideal setup. Like something that's just all to start 4-hour one, like how this past week, Tuesday, I need another one of those. And I'm loading up. I ain't gonna lie. All right, man. Y'all have a good weekend, man. Yeah, same thing. Homework Tuesday. And if you want to back test this on your own, check it out. But y'all be smooth, man. I'm about to get on out of here. I got stuff to do today. Peace.